Welcome, Boston Toastmasters and guests. Oh, I'm the wrong way. My topic today is on communication. Different styles of communication. There is a trick or a hack to communicating that most people miss. And I'm going to share that with you. Before I do, I'd like to take you along with me and take you on this journey of how I found this hack. I'm in sales now. The sales job I have now requires me to go into homes. I've been into at least over 100 homes, different people's homes. They allow you into their house. I've had many different situations, many stories to tell. However, we don't have time for 100, so I will cut it down to just a few. Before I do, I'm in Pathways now for Toastmasters, which I highly recommend to everyone. It has valuable quizzes in there. This one particularly was on your different style and technique of communication. Mine came up as I'm more of a direct style, meaning I like to get straight to the point and not BS a lot. And I was going to give this speech actually about a month ago, and I canceled because I ended up getting sick. And through even that month of going back and looking at this, it's changed. It's changed a lot. So what I'm trying to say is that your communication at any point can change. It can be modified. Now, how would I discover this? Was as I was in people's homes and I was dealing with each individual and each different home I go into, everyone is so different and unique. I had a situation actually where I thought I was more of a direct person, but this particular circumstance, I wasn't very direct. I was showing carpets, and I was showing these window blinds to somebody. I was sitting on the couch, and we have samples that we use. So I was at these, getting a little choked up right now. I had these samples out, and a lot of times in our particular situation, doing this, you have to get close to people, and most people have great boundaries. In this particular circumstance, this person did not. And I was sitting on the couch, and this person said, "Oh, let me come sit next to you," as he was sitting over in a sofa, and he got up and moved closer to me. At this point, a red flag went up. I said, "Okay, this isn't right. Maybe a little too close." And as he sat next to me, we started going over samples, and he put his hand on my leg. I was at this point, I said, "Okay, this is not right," in my head. But I wasn't direct. I didn't say, "Remove your hand." I felt uncomfortable. So as we went through the samples, it happened again. Now, we had 3 dogs. And maybe a year ago even, when something like this would have happened, I would have been more direct. But I realized that I could take another avenue. Quickly in my head, I started asking him about his dogs. And instantly, I don't know if it's from being up here in front of people, but this is another great helpful tip that you get from being in Toastmasters and speaking in front of people. Quickly, I came up with a plan in my head. And I asked him about his dogs. And he said, "Oh, these 2 are males, and there was 1 dog in the back that was laying on a bed, just by herself." And I said, "Oh, is that a male?" And the 2 other dogs were on the floor. And he said, "No, that's a female." Quickly I said, "Oh, that sounds about right." Because the female was taking up the whole bed and the other 2 guys. She was kind of dominating the situation. Not in every situation. And I said, "Oh, I brought into the fact the female aspect of the conversation." And the guy said, "Oh, well, I don't prefer women." Now, obviously, I could tell that by this point. Quickly, I clarified that I do prefer the females, and at that point, the escalation was very clear, and he backed off a lot. Now, in this particular situation, I became more strategic. And this is more of where my life has come to a point where I've realized that you can grow from one aspect of your life and continue in another area of communication. What I'm trying to get to say to you is that your communication style in each circumstance you're in doesn't have to be one particular style. It could be direct, it could be strategic. But the one tip I wanted to share with you tonight that I want you to take with you, and here is the secret, is that communication is actually a language. Whatever you do and wherever you go, whether it's your job, your relationship, is fully understanding and embracing yourself and what you're doing and understanding it like it was a language. Because the events that led up to that one particular situation was not like it just happened. It was a series, from him walking over to me, from him putting his hand on my leg. It was a series of things that led up to this particular communication style. And so, when you go forth tonight, may you understand that communication is actually a language. Thank you.